Hi everybody, we're gonna make some banana bread brownies. So I have, the recipe calls for 3 bananas, but I have 4 that I'm gonna mash up here. Some overripe bananas that I had that I need to use up. The recipe also calls for unsalted butter, but I only have salted butter, so this is what we're gonna use because I don't buy unsalted butter. So first we're gonna preheat our oven to 375, so that's what I'm gonna do. And we are going to add our stick of butter to our mixer and get that going. So while that is going, we are going to get a cup of sour cream. So 1 cup of sour cream and 1.5 cups of sugar. So butter is going. And I'm just gonna guess about a cup. Okay. So 1.5 cups of sugar. There's 1. Half cup sugar, 1.5 cups. Eggs at room temperature, which I have sitting on at room temperature. Because these are fresh eggs, I'm going to crack them in this measuring cup first, just to make sure. And 2. Okay. That egg off my fingers. Alrighty. We're going to beat that till it's well combined. So while that's combining, I'm going to mash these bananas. And I always like to use overripe bananas because they taste more like a banana. They're more sweet. I guess you don't have to. I guess you can just buy bananas from the store and use those, but they won't taste as good. The sugars have to set up. So the longer they set, the sweeter they get. Kind of like little old ladies. The older they are, the sweeter they are. Sometimes. One day I'll be a little old lady. And I'll try to be sweet. I'll remember that. Okay. Add the mashed bananas and vanilla extract. So that's 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Alright. Put that in there, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and I really don't ever measure with these. I just kind of guess. Looks good enough to me. That smells so yummy. Turn that up a little bit and let it continue to mix. Let's see. Now we're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt because my butter is salted. And you're supposed to do a 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts, but I don't really care for walnuts all that much, and I don't have any, so we're not going to do walnuts. Yeah. Let me get this on here. I can make a mess, I'm gonna make a mess. There's one. Okay. You always want to try to fluff your flour. And two. Alright, so that's our 2 cups of all-purpose flour. 1 teaspoon baking soda. And we'll do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. To scrape the sides of this bowl down to make sure it's all really well incorporated. On the counter. All right, we'll just mix this another time. Okay. And I really like anything with bananas because I've always loved bananas. I will go so far as buying banana baby food in the grocery store and eating the banana baby food. Now, I haven't done that in a long time, but I will do it. And my oldest son, Brandon, he loves bananas as well, but over time, he's come to where they make his throat itch. So he eats them, he just eats them in moderation. And this in our pan. Oh, that smells so good. I'm sure it'll be fine with nuts if you like nuts, but I'm just not a big nut fan. Like some things I really like, but okay. My oven is not quite preheated, but it doesn't take very long for it to preheat, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven. And that is going to go in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes. It says insert a toothpick in the center. If it comes out clean, the brownies are ready. So that's what we'll do, I guess. And so while that's in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and get these dishes washed up so we can make our frosting. Okay, y'all. I completely messed this recipe up because I didn't read it all the way through before I started. And frosting, in my mind, is like buttercream frosting, like you start with your butter. Well, this frosting is supposed to be melted in a saucepan until it's brown in color. So I guess that's what we're going to stop and do. It'll be nice and whipped. Nice and soft. That's hilarious. This is why you should always read your recipes through before you start making them. Don't do like I do and not read it. So we're back. We have our butter melted until it is medium brown in color. And I don't know if you guys can see that because it's pretty foamy. But it is medium brown in color. So we are going to add our powdered sugar 1 cup at a time. While it is still warm. Then you add the milk and the vanilla extract. So a little more, but that's okay because this stuff looks dry. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Smells really good. So it's like a creamy frosting. I guess it's gonna harden up. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm gonna put these things away. Put this away, and then when our brownies come out of the oven and they cool, they'll be ready to icing, so I'll get back with you guys then. Okay, so I'm gonna check our banana bread brownies to see if they are done by inserting a toothpick in the center, so we'll see. And they are done. Took about 22 minutes. It took me 10 minutes to find where I put this cooling rack. Okay, so we're gonna let that cool, and when it's cool enough, then we're gonna add the frosting. Wash my hands because we just fed the goat. Yes, I have a baby goat in my house. Okay, so we're gonna check this. It's still a little warm. It's not very warm, but I'm gonna put this on there because this frosting is starting to thicken up. I probably should have waited until after it was cool and then made the frosting, so I could put the frosting on it while it was thinner. But while that is still slightly warm, we're gonna put the frosting on there. And look at this cute little thing. My mom just started this crocheting thing, and this is one of the first things that she made. So it's a little hot pad for the kitchen. So she gave that to me. So shout out to Mom. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, so that's really, really thick. Definitely should have waited. But making new things that you've never made leads to figuring out the woulda, shoulda, couldas. So we're just gonna smooth this on here real nice and easy. And since that is still a little warm, it's helping the frosting kind of smooth out. So. There we go. Now, it's all frosted, and we just need to wait until it is cooled completely, and then we're gonna cut and taste. So come back and make sure that you are here when we cut it and taste it. Hey y'all, we're back. We did not make the taste test on camera, but my kids did eat it and they enjoyed it very much. They did, however, say that it did not taste like a brownie, but it tasted like banana bread with icing on it. And that's exactly what it tastes like. It tastes like a cake, not a brownie. The icing was really, really good. The butter being brown gave it a really good flavor. It was really rich, but not so rich that you didn't want to eat it. The cake itself was really good and very moist. This is something that I would probably make again in the future. However, we're also going to be doing some new recipes in the future. Some things that I've never made before, just like today. Some old things that we do all the time. Our favorites, probably gonna do some canning videos. So if those are things that you think you might like, then click that subscribe button and follow along with us. I just wanna say thanks so much for watching and following along with us on our journey.